Today's episode of the XP is brought to you by Loot Crate, monthly gaming and geek gear brought directly to your door. Sign up using the link in the description below. Welcome back, Attack. Kirk here with Attack Gaming, and today we're going to finish off your week right with a dose of MMO gaming news. Some big stories on the show today, including what many have thought about H1Z1 for years now, Bless coming to the West, new stuff in Hearthstone, the Culling, and more. The XP starts now. So Daybreak Games just announced today that the zombie survival game H1Z1 will be splitting into two separate games this upcoming February 17th, with the titles H1Z1 Just Survive, which will focus solely on the open world post-apocalyptic experience that the game was originally brought up on, and H1Z1 King of the Hill, which is the last player standing shooter that has become somewhat of a favorite of players over the past few months. Players who bought into the early access for $19.99 will be getting both versions of the games, and all the crates, keys, and items will be duplicated across both of those games. The guys at Daybreak will also be splitting up the development team between the two titles, and once split, the games will each cost $19.99 and will not be free to play at any point. This may signal a change for Daybreak as the company going into the future. Only time will tell. Devilion unveils a new class in its first major content update as Tryon is set to release the Fury of the Tempest on February 18th in their free-to-play action RPG. The Fury of the Tempest update will introduce a whip and blade wielding acrobatic warrior type character, which you can see in this iPod-esque trailer as we speak. Tryon said of the Tempest, the dynamic Tempest class has mastered the art of blades in battle. She is skilled in both acrobatics and the transformation of weapons she wields. Along with the new class, the update will increase the level cap to 54, add new gear slots, as well as a new raid dungeon and 2 new Archdevil dungeons. Tryon is also hosting a live stream on Twitch, which begins at 2:30 Pacific time today, which is probably right around the time this video is released. So, the 50 of you who watch this video right when we release it should jump on over right now to twitch.tv/TryonWorlds. According to a Bless Online fan site, a NeoWiz Games business manager has confirmed that publishing contracts for both the European and North American release for the fantasy MMORPG Bless Online are being finalized as we speak. Now, the important information like when the game will release and what business model will be in place were not discussed, at least not in front of the fly on the wall. Bless Online is a medieval European-inspired world that's been torn apart by two warring factions. The Korean open beta launched late last month, after the dev team delayed the project for a number of major fixes, but an English release has been speculated for some time now after NeoWiz released a trailer with English voiceovers. Stay tuned here for more details on Bless Online. Should be a good one. May 30th will be the last day that you can play in CCP's PS3 exclusive first-person shooter Dust 514, as the company has told us that they will be shutting the game down. Not really a big surprise though, as I've heard next to nothing about Dust 514 in years, and the fact that most of its hardcore player base was playing EVE Online on the PC, while Dust could only be played exclusively on the PS3, which was at the end of its time on this earth anyways. The team at CCP Shanghai, though, has already moved on to a new project. This time, it's another first-person shooter, but for PC. Good. The goal is to build a great FPS in their sci-fi universe of the New Eden using the Unreal Engine 4. The team will no doubt have much more to talk about during this year's EVE Fan Fest, which takes place at the end of April. Hearthstone will be interesting. 2 new play formats this coming spring, as Blizzard this week announced the 2 new formats for their Warcraft-themed blockbuster trading card game. The new formats will be titled Standard and Wild, which the goal is to, quote, keep the game fresh, exciting, and accessible for years to come. The standard format will be used in play mode and will be available in friendly challenges, ranked, and casual play. The decks in standard will be played using decks built from cards released both this year and last, and will be the format used in Hearthstone's Championship Tour starting this year. The wild format is the Hearthstone that we already know and bears the name because, quote, anything can happen. Any card you own can be used in a wild deck, and wild decks will be used to complete quests, climb the ladders, and earn legend rank. Additionally, they are adding in 9 new deck slots to bring you up to 18, but that's only if you've unlocked all 9 heroes. Lastly, there was a new game announced this week that seems pretty cool and something that I think a lot of you might be interested in. It's a pretty cool concept, not super unique, and with the new H1Z1 King of the Hill game, this is basically like a direct competitor. But the game is called the Culling. The Culling is a survival-based battle royale game where 16 players will be thrown together on a remote island where they will have 20 minutes to craft weapons, set traps, and ultimately come down to one player outlasting all the rest. Think the Hunger Games. That's what immediately comes to mind to me. Like many other survival games, the Culling will be entering early access on Steam on March 8th, and you can find out more information on their newly launched website, theculling.com. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching and supporting us here at Attack Gaming. Throw this video a like, throw it a subscribe if you're not already, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Welcome back, Attack, and today we're going to be talking about 2016's best MMORPGs. These are going to be the new MMO games that we get to experience, at least in the West. Yes, some of these games are going to be localized titles, but for the most part, these are going to be entirely new MMOs, so get hyped for that, and these are going to be the games that we are almost certain will actually